YouTube! So I skipped last month's recommendations video because I did a present haul video, so the things I'm into have started to pile up. I have all sorts of fun things to tell you about today, so let's do this. First things first, I'm reading Divergent. I don't actually have the physical copy of the book because I've already lent it out to someone else, but here is the cover in case you don't know what this book looks like. Even though I'm a total sucker for YA dystopia, I was a little hesitant to read this book. After the Hunger Games, I was kind of worried that we might actually run out of ways for young people to save a corrupt, futuristic government, and that these types of books would all kind of start to sound the same. But Divergent is really unique and incredibly intense, and I haven't been able to put it down all week. I should probably also mention that I only have this much left of the sequel, Insurgent, and I totally think that this book holds up to the greatness of the first one. This is what it looks like. I am really enjoying this series, and I'm really saddened to know that there isn't a next one yet. The Mindy Project. So I will admit that I've only actually seen the first episode of the show, and there are many more episodes out than that, but I already really like it enough to tell you guys about it. It's a new sitcom that is written by, I believe, and stars Mindy Kaling, who is amazing, and it's the story about the life of a single gynecologist, and really what could go wrong in that situation. It's really funny, I think it's pretty well written, and it's just a lot of fun. Slings and Arrows. Joe actually got me started on this show because it's one of his absolute favorites, and we are just about done with season 1, and it's amazing. It's a Canadian comedy about a Shakespearean theater festival. And if you're not sold yet, it stars a young Rachel McAdams. Amethyst, Princess of Gem World. So this is an adorable little short by DC Nation, and it runs during the commercials of the DC Nation block of shows on Cartoon Network. It's a little show that is inspired by the comic of the same name that was written in the 80s, and it's so cute. It is really cheesy and cutesy, but it's just self-aware enough to where it's also hilarious. Just warning you, the games section of this recommendation video is very big this month. I'll start with board games. Seven Wonders is my new favorite board game. We've had it for a while, but we only just learned how to play. Basically, it's a cards-based civilization game where you gain cards in a draft style where you have a stack and you pick one and you pass the rest along to everybody in the circle. And these cards represent which avenues of your economy that you decided to develop, such as science, military, commercial, etc. I know it sounds kind of lame, or like something that you would do in school, but it's really fun, I promise. My favorite part about this game is that in a lot of strategy-based games, it can take a really long time for each person to take their turn and really think about what they're doing, but in Seven Wonders, everyone takes their turn simultaneously. So it's really great as a party game because there isn't that like really boring waiting around period. Last month, I went on a long road trip with my family, and it's the start of the year, which means it's kind of hard to get going on things again sometimes, so I've been playing a lot of iPad games. I'll just admit it. I'll walk you through them right now. The ones I'm really addicted to are Flow, which is a really fun, colorful, relatively simple puzzle game that gets increasingly more difficult, obviously, but that's a really good one. Next is Monster Flip, which is it's like sort of the same mechanics as a game like Bejeweled, but more complicated because you're flipping things instead of just moving things. But what I really like about it is that the little creatures are these adorable little monsters, and they make these cute sounds. So like you open the game and it's like, hello. I just think it's really cute. Next is Plague Inc. I've been talking about this game a lot on Twitter and on Tumblr, but I discovered this game, and the first time I played it was on an airplane, and I felt really weird because the point of this game is that you control a virus or a plague, and you have different ones like a bacteria or a virus or a fungus or whatever, and you have to pick the different aspects of this plague to try to infect the world and kill everybody. And so your win condition is if you wipe out humanity. And that sounds really morbid, but it's really fun, and it's actually much more difficult than you would think. So I just felt really awkward trying to kill all of humanity on an airplane, and I really hoped that the people sitting around me didn't realize what I was doing. I got all my roommates addicted to it, and sometimes we'll sit in a circle and we'll all start our plagues at the same time and see who can like kill humanity first. You just gotta try it. It's really fun. And the last game that I'm addicted to right now is called Tiny Tower, and I kind of hate myself a little bit for playing Tiny Tower. It's another one of those ones that some of my friends were playing, and I kind of would like peek over their shoulder at it and be like, I don't need another sim game. It's dumb. But then I just downloaded it just to see, and it's like really, it's like, it really fits the iPad. It's like, Liz actually sold me on this game by telling me it's a really well-designed game for the iPad, and I have to agree. Basically, you have this tower, and there's no win condition like most sim games, except make your tower bigger, but you know, you get all these little people that move in, and you get all these different companies, so like you put in a new business and it's like, yay, you just got a photo studio, yay, you just got a vegan restaurant, and it's fun to see like what companies you're gonna get. It's so stupid, but it's so fun. Why do they keep making these games that have such a quick instant gratification method? You get this thing and then immediately you need the next thing and you can't stop playing. I'm a slave. I'm a slave to games. Alright, I just have a couple more things to tell you about. The first one is gel manicures. Most of you probably already know about this. I knew about gel manicures long before I got one, and it just seemed like one of those things, like I'm not really into acrylic nails, so why would I do something else that's like semi-permanent like that? But my mom got me a gel manicure for my birthday last month, and it is amazing. Okay, look at my nails right now. My nails have looked like this for 2 weeks. I'm the kind of person who really hates painting her nails, really hates how quickly they chip, and then really hates taking the polish off once they start chipping. So being able to get a manicure that stays for like 3 weeks is magical. I get complimented on how my nails look like every other day, and it's probably a bad habit to have started because I don't really see myself not getting a gel manicure for a while, but it's just so awesome. Next thing is this necklace down here that you've probably been seeing glinting at the bottom of the screen. This necklace was made by my good friend Karen Cavett. She started selling these necklaces online about a month ago and she sent me one. Basically, I just think these are super cute, and I'll put a link down below to Karen's store if you want to get one for yourself. The next thing is polyvore. I didn't even know about polyvore until like a month or two ago. I always just assumed that people put those clothing montage images together in Photoshop themselves or whatever, but I had no idea there was a whole website that just makes it so easy to do it yourself. When I first discovered this site, I actually stayed up like all night creating an entire line of clothing looks for all of the My Little Pony characters, and so that was my instant just like, I am so into this thing. And the last thing is themed makeup. I have been in such a bad habit of just buying more makeup over the past 6 months or so, and like companies really get ya with these fun themed makeup sets. There's a new one for the Great and Powerful Oz that's coming out. They have a Glinda and a Theodora set that look really cool, and there's also a Betty and Veronica set coming out, and both of these are so exciting and so cool looking, and I probably don't need them because I probably have most of those colors in other palettes, but god, themed makeup is just so fun. It's like taking like beauty and making it totally geeky, and I love it. And I obviously don't have either of these yet because they aren't out yet, but I'll probably be suckered into buying at least one of them in the next month or so. That's all the stuff I have to recommend to you this month. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these things, if you use or watch or read or whatever, any of them. Let me know other things that I should try for next month, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.